Well, hey there, folks. Meteorologist Matt Barrentine, getting things set up in the Fox 10 News Now Weather Center. Give us a little bit of time here, let other folks log on in, and we'll be talking about your forecast for this holiday weekend. All right, so let's go ahead and get started on this. Once again, I'm meteorologist Matt Barrentine. We are looking at just gorgeous weather here for this upcoming, for the whole weekend here. So we had Saturday yesterday. It was a little warmish, a little bit muggy. You felt the humidity in the air, but the good news is that's gone. We had this front move through yesterday, but then behind it eventually came some dry air. Most of the dry air came in through the overnight hours last night. So you step out this morning and it's sort of a whole different feel outside. Dew points are down in the 50s. The air is drier. It's just far less humid than what is typical for this time of year. So just absolutely delightful. I know I'm going to hear some people complaining that, hey, it's too cool, you know, or it's just Memorial Day week, we want to go swimming. And yeah, I get that, but you know, we got all summer to be outrageously hot. You know, enjoy a little last, reprieve from that, and enjoy the lower humidity. We'll be dreaming of days like this in August. We'll be just like, oh, what would it be like? So, you know, enjoy it while we have it. I mean, look at the temperatures around the entirety of the country. You know, we're at 61 in Mobile, so we're not far off. A lot of these other areas are in the 50s right now. It's a very comfortable morning, really, for a good chunk of the U.S. You have to go to South Florida and South Texas to still find the humidity and more uncomfortable temperatures. All right, so here's the look at the radar satellite. It's clear, so clear blue skies out there this morning, looking absolutely fantastic. Here's the front. Now it's off to the south of us, and it passed through yesterday morning early on. It took some time, though, for the north winds to really drive down the dry air. This is what we call the water vapor imagery. The satellite can see where there's layers of dry air in the atmosphere, and you see all this brown. That is the dry air. You see the bluish aqua stuff, that's some more moisture. That's off to the west of us. So we're in this big chunk of very dry air right now, and that is a very pleasant stuff. This is kind of like a system that we might get towards the end of April, right? You know, very similar kind of feel. You know, don't often get these at the end of May. Now, that said, we're not breaking any record lows here next couple of days. Record lows, you have to get down to the upper 40s. We're not going there. But nonetheless, it's certainly very pleasant and on the cool side for us this time of year. These are the dew points, and they're in the 50s and 40s here across Alabama. And dew points can be a bit confusing when I mention these on air, because they're posted as temperatures, right? They show up 53 degrees, 50 degrees, 48 degrees. The thing is that they're not really, don't think of them as temperatures, think of them as a scale when you're talking about dew point. And here's the dew point scale for us, and really we're down the lower end of this. Now obviously the dew point goes lower than this, but this is sort of my summer scale. And when anytime it's below into the 60s and down in the 50s, that is really crisp, pleasant air for us here across the Gulf Coast at this time of year. This time of year, generally, we'd be somewhere up here, be in the upper 60s, so we'd be somewhere between a bit humid and muggy. That's where we would be typically at this time of year. Now, once we get in July and August, we live in impressive, basically. Every once in a while, we might kind of shade back a little bit to muggy, but then we end up right back in impressive. And every once in a while, we go above that to close to 80 on the dew point scale. Every once in a while in August or so, we might get a couple of days like that. That's when it's just out of bounds humid. So that's the scale. We're on the lower end of it, so looking good here for us. So here's your temperatures. We're going to warm up through the 60s into the 70s here. Should be in the upper 70s at lunchtime. Lots of sun. I mean, just a gorgeous, gorgeous day all day long. I mean, look at this. So there's going to be some of our inland areas which only top out in the upper 70s today. Typically at this time of year, you top out around 90 in Chatham and Jackson. So obviously that's way below normal. And you'd have some humidity on top of that. Today you're going to be in the upper 70s with not much in the way of humidity. So just really, really nice. Mobile and Baldwin County should mostly be in the low 80s, maybe mid 80s, just depending on how it goes. But once again, really, really nice conditions here all across the area. Just absolutely gorgeous. Panhandle should be solidly in the mid 80s this afternoon. A little bit warmer over here, but once again, really, really nice. Yeah, very comfortable out there for us. All right, so let's talk about, make sure I'm kind of in the way here for these graphics. This is the buoy there off Orange Beach. It has been a little bit windy overnight last night as that drier air came in. So the waves picked up a little bit. So I know folks are out there snapper fishing today. So today is a little bit more bouncy than it was yesterday, but otherwise conditions aren't too bad. Here's your conditions at your beaches today. It is going to be crowded. Now, I know some folks might be like, well, it might be a little too chilly to get in the water. Yeah, maybe so. But for the kids, I think it'll be fine. The rip current risk is low. The water temperature is in the upper 70s. The main thing to watch out for is that UV index. You know, it's at the top of the scale, essentially. Make sure everybody wears plenty of sunscreen. I showed you the buoy report. We can go and give you the full boating forecast here. We expect a moderate chop on our bays. Seas right now are about 3 to 4 feet. They'll probably drop down to about 2 feet here later today. We are seeing improving conditions. High tide coming up right around 2 o'clock this afternoon. So I know a lot of folks, once again, out there getting that snapper in today. Tomorrow should be about the same deal out on the water, so should have good conditions for Memorial Day as well. I mean, look at this. Just beautiful conditions. That's the 8 a.m. temperature in the mid-60s. I think, once again, we'll probably start in the upper 50s tomorrow morning on your Monday. So a crisp, cool start to Memorial Day. Warms up, though, to the upper 80s by the afternoon. Lots of sunshine. Once again, lower humidity. Just fantastic conditions. And like I said, I know unofficial start to summer, right? Some folks would want it to be just searingly hot for the pool or for the beach. Not I. I mean, it's all relative, right? But I would cling to this, cling to it, because we all know what it's going to be like a month from now, 2 months from now, going into late June, July, August, at least the first half of September. We know how it gets around here. It can get miserably hot, and it's just I'll hold on, I'll cling on to these pleasant days for as long as we can. Now, looking at the 10-day outlook, what you'll notice here with these temperatures, look at the morning temperatures. This is really what you're going to see the change. They go from the upper 50s to the low 70s. That means humidity will be back. By about the middle of the week, humidity's fully back. You know, we get a few days off from it, then it comes back. And that also will mean start seeing some scattered to pop-up showers here as we look through the long term. You know, 30 to 40% at best. So not looking at any massive, rain chances, but the rain will gradually return. Temperatures, really, I'm looking at the long-range forecast, and they don't really show the temperatures getting too out of bounds. I mean, average high this time of year is 88, and here we are going into the first part of June. We'll either stay at that level or even just a bit below it here as we go through the next week and a half. So really not doing too bad with the temperatures. Like I said, I'll cling to that as long as we can, because we know that we eventually will get into the searing heat of summertime. So that's wrapping up May, going into June. Really not a bad looking forecast here through the next week and a half. So as you go out and about today, and like I said, head to the beach or just head out by the pool, enjoy it. It's going to be some really nice weather. Any place in the shade will be absolutely fantastic this afternoon, because yes, it'll be warm, but with that low humidity, it makes things very, very comfortable. Once again, I'm meteorologist Matt Barrentine. I'm filling in for Michael next couple of days, Monday and Tuesday, so I'll see you back in the mornings. I think this evening, I think Jennifer comes in this evening to cover for me so I can get some sleep for the morning shows. I hope you have yourselves a good one. We will catch up with you soon. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. Enjoy the beautiful weather, and have a good one.